You could. You go cross country. That's what the book's all those trips because I taught a guy who used to own the General Aviation News, taught him and his wife how to fly. A couple of my students. But anyway, and that's what the book's all about. I'd written the stories up for him and a publication. Never got any money for it, but I didn't care. We were friends. And when I tried to go around the world, and I got stymied when I was in Denmark because I was on my way to Warsaw to pick up a Soviet visa. The Soviets were still out of Russia to go from Warsaw to Moscow. It was about a 7-hour flight.
Yeah.
And they had the revolution. Nobody knew whether Gorbachev had been killed or what. And you can't just sit. It costs too much money. So I thought, okay, I gave it a try. So I flew back again. Might have been the Guinness Book of Records.
Yeah.
But the NAA, it sanctions all these records. I'm non-sprechen sei Deutsch. I'm a non-person. And I was in Oshkosh with the biggest air show in the world. Oshkosh, Wisconsin, every year. I had the airplane there, and I was an author's corps peddling my books. And this guy comes up with NAA on his cap, and I had my certificate up there. He says, "Don't count, don't count." I said, "What are you talking about?" He said, "It wasn't sanctioned by the NAA, so it doesn't count." I said, "What am I, a non-person or something?" He finally calmed down. He was the president of NAA. And he says, "If you want to do it again," I'd already contacted them, and they wanted money for paying people every stop and everything. You know. I had no sponsors or anything.
Yeah,
Tried, but couldn't get any. Anyway, he says, "Contact me if you want to go again." So that was 91. In 94, I major overhauled the engine on the biplane. I said, okay, I'm going to try it again. And I filled out all their damn forms and got no answers. And the guy that's ahead of it, Jesus Christ himself, see, they're affiliated with the French outfit, the Aeronautique Française or something. I don't know what the hell it is. All airplane records. And this group here was authorized by the Congress of the United States. And the preamble was written by Lindbergh. They are to spend their time encouraging, getting sponsors and getting aviators to perform record flights.
Correct, yeah.
But they reversed it because I'd already gone to Europe. Non sprechen sei Deutsch. You know, finally this guy that was in charge of it, not the guy I met, he was in France doing something. I kept pestering them, and he finally sent word back, "We won't sanction the flight." In other words, they reversed what they were sanctioned to do. And I don't understand this part of the world, how people turn things around and go negative. They don't know me. They're just pissed off because I made a Guinness Book of Records. See, every flight across the Atlantic especially is reporting points. And Canada handles half of it, and Shannon, Ireland handles the other half going into Europe. And my airplane and my flight and everything, it's all on record. That's what the Guinness Book of Records did, and the NAA could have done the same
radio,
thing.
Right? Stall by radio?
Yeah, it doesn't do this. And I wanted to land. I had a Russian navigator, which you have to have at low altitude, because they don't speak English down there. But the airlines at high altitude fly over the Soviet Union before and Russia now, and the controllers in Russia speak English. So I had to have a Russian navigator. I had this guy lined up and flown with Americans before, spoke perfect English. I was going to pick him up in Japan, fly to Petropavlovsk up the Kamchatka Peninsula, and then drop him off, and then make a 9-hour flight to Shimia, the furthest island in the Aleutians, which is an Air Force station. They track missiles and stuff there. But even foreigners get to land there with permits. And I've said in the papers I've landed at Edwards Air Force Base. Secret base in the desert, does all the testing out there. I've landed at Minot Air Force Base in North Dakota with permits with the biplane. Now, I've landed at Point Magoo, the Naval Air Station. Permits. But these clowns would not. I went to the Air Force with the forms that I've done before, and the Navy for Attu in case they had to get in there next island over in the Aleutian chain. The Navy came back and they said, we won't sanction your flight from Petropavlovsk to Shimia or Attu. Why not? Well, we just wrote sanction it. I said, I'm a retired lieutenant colonel with a top secret clearance. What do you want? And you authorize civilian pilots to land there and refuel.
Yeah.
Well, we can't sanction your flight. They just shut me off. We are king of the mound, you know.
You know what? You're facing almost exclusively toward John, and you're getting tremendous reflection on. You're hardly at all turning this way. Maybe John, we could move the chair.
Maybe you see.
Now you can't move it that way. You need to hold it by the bottom wedge, and it's not that one.
I've done my thing. But I could have been the first one to fly a single-engine open cockpit biplane around the world. Nobody's ever done.
Yeah. Well, you have. You have. I thought you did fly around the world. You got it on radio. No? Okay.
No. They shut me off.
They shut you off and you weren't allowed to go around the world, but you still set a record for...
Yeah, across the Atlantic both ways.
Okay.
But that's the way the world goes.
Yeah, get used to that, right?
I don't understand these people. They're supposed to have an organization that's positive and helpful,
Supposed to.
and they turn it around.
Yeah.
It's just like the Red Cross. I never contribute to the Red Cross. Only 10 cents of every dollar contributed
Goes
to this
to
charity. The Salvation Army does the whole damn works of disasters.
Yeah.
That's my favorite charity, by the way. But I don't do anything with the Red Cross because of their paid employees tax thing. But that's the way the world goes.
Yeah. Shame that it is. So while we're got a second, I'm going to ask you, what is it you'd like the world to remember about you?
Like what?
What would you like the world to remember about you? If there was one or a few things you'd like to point out.
Oh, I don't know. I guess that crossing of the Atlantic to Europe and back.
That's pretty good. Anything else?
And then I've, with FAA-wise and on the certificates, I have trained over 200 pilots. This is from airline captains transitioning to a new transport to private pilots. Guys starting out don't know the wing from the rudder. Totals, instrument ratings, multi-engine ratings, all the rest of it. Over 200, not one has ever failed a FAA written exam, oral exam, or flight check.
Cool.
The transfer of knowledge, whatever you're teaching, to another person is what all professors and teachers ought to do, and they don't.
Yeah.
Not all of them. But I'm proud of that. So in other words, I've left something behind.
That's very good.
all my teaching for the airlines that taught greenhorns that to be flight engineers that are now flying as captains, and some of them are retiring.
Yeah.
They've got their age 60 and they got to quit, you know. So, anyway, leaving something behind.
Where would you like to see the world head?
Hmm?
Where would you like to see the world head?
What did I say to the...
Where would you like to see our world head? What direction? Which way should we start?
Well,
to
something
move?
that'll never happen.
If it could.
Got to learn to stop killing each other. I mean, from murder in the neighborhood to wars, all this accomplishes nothing. Destroys people and material things.
It's the opposite of what we should be doing.
Yeah.
What's your favorite music?
Ballroom.
Ballroom?
Anything that's ballroom. Waltzes, foxtrot, jitterbug, and all the Latin tunes, rumbas, sambas, tangas.
And what kind of dance do you like to do to those?
That's it.
Those are the dances
Yeah.
as well?
Because, like we've told you the story, we were on a cruise ship and they had a big auditorium, a couple hundred people in there, no entertainment because of the economy.
Yeah.
And after these jugglers got through whatnot, they started playing what's his name? Frank Sinatra's music. And it's the right beat.
Yeah.
And both of us said to each other, let's go. So we got there, had the whole dance floor to ourselves. The audience went wild.
Well, this one got crossed off, but it's still, what is it you would like Monica to know?
What do I like to
What
know?
would you like your future wife,
She
Monica?
knows a hell of a lot more than
anything,
she wants to with me.
anything you want on camera, go ahead and talk to her this time.
Seriously, though, it gives me a purpose. I've been through 3 marriages. That, I raised my daughter. I've had a great career and that. But other than aviation and getting dressed up on Tuesday nights to go to dances,
Is it Tuesday?
that's all. And I was older. I just practically forgot about romance, although I love women. And I was at a dance at Plano Senior Center one night, and the band started playing. They have a pretty damn good outfit. 5-piece orchestras play ballroom music. And I got up to go ask a gal to dance, a couple of rows sitting ahead of me, and some other guy stepped in front of me and got her. And I thought, I'm not going to walk back empty-handed. And she was sitting there.
That was the best thing that could ever happen.
Yeah, just true story though. And I asked her to dance, and we just clicked on the dance floor. No matter what I did, she was right there. She's a fabulous dancer.
She was amazing.
And then I really looked for her the next dance they had, and told her I was in love with her. It's just that. I was experienced enough. So we've been a pair ever since.
That's great.
What a pair. What an apple. What a peach.
So, your favorite president? You had a few.
Huh?
Who was your favorite president?
Roosevelt.
I'm sorry.
He rescued this country. Truman was not recognized when he was in there, but afterwards. And he was a common man, haberdashery salesperson. But he had the common sense. And Roosevelt never told him about the atomic bomb, you know. And Roosevelt died, and Truman became president. And he says, we got these bombs built, we're going to eliminate Japan. And he had to make the decision.
Yeah.
And he made the right one, because the Japanese wouldn't quit. We were burning the country to the ground with incendiary bombs. The B-29s were burning every damn city, and they wouldn't quit.